Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, the book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham became the father of Isaac, Isaac the father of Jacob, Jacob the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah became the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez became the father of Hezron, Hezron the father of Ram, and Ram the father of Amminadab. Amminadab became the father of Nahshon, and Nahshon the father of Salmon, and Salmon the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz became the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. I will leave it there because the names will continue and you might get a little lost in those names. But genealogy is important, showing where Jesus' roots are, his family, and leading up to our Blessed Lady, to his birth of Jesus, the Father. Anyway, it's interesting because Luke also has a genealogy, but Matthew's are slightly different. Because Matthew includes women. We heard a couple of them. And they're not necessarily what we call the all-stars of women, all right? Here we are. For example, Tamar, which I did mention in the beginning of reading, is who fathered Perez and Zerah by Judah. Now, her story is different because Tamar was a widowed daughter-in-law of Judah. And she wanted to have a child because that's how in their posterity, you have to have children, so you live on through your children. Not to have children was a curse. And so, Judah wanted to give her a husband, couldn't get children, so she disguised herself as a prostitute. And she tricked her father-in-law into having relations with her, and she gave birth to a son. So that husband would have a family. Huh? That's kind of tricky doing that to your father-in-law. Then we have Rahab. Now she's also identified as a prostitute and a Gentile living in Jericho. She gave hospitality to Jewish spies who came to Jericho and they hid her, H-I-D, not H-I-T, excuse me. And so her life was spared because of her charity. And there's Ruth, who's an example of loyalty. In fact, she's one of the few women in the Bible who have a book named after her, the Book of Ruth. And so then we have, if I kept reading, was Uriah's wife, who was the fact was Bathsheba, who had relations with King David even though she was married. So what's this saying? It's almost interesting that, Jesus' family tree, it's human, it's real, they're not the perfect. But out of the imperfect becomes the perfect. That God works through our mistakes, our sinfulness, our errors, and our failures. Because we not, maybe in our life we made some mistakes, and we might have made some serious mistakes, and we think therefore God will write us off, that we are unworthy, and God has nothing to do with us. That's not how God works. God can use whatever we have, whatever we give Him, because every saint has a past and every sinner has a future, as they say. So I don't know what your situation may be, but God can use you. Don't focus on your mistakes, just focus on God's grace. And then all good things, if we surrender to Christ, can be used for His glory and for good of His people. God bless you.